Greetings and welcome back, gentlemen and ladiesmen. Hold on, before I go anywhere else, because I keep forgetting to go play that Spark section. I guess that's another thing we're gonna have to do. There we go. Gotta get our treasure finder back, because this is something I found out about that code that I showed off at the beginning of the playthrough, is that if you shut the game off and come back to it later, you have to put the code back in. So, yeah.
Uh-oh. You'll have to use this combo power-up to take out these fire dragons. It will allow you to super fly and super flame at the same time.
Oh, that's right. I've still got Charmed Ridge I've got to play. Whew. Yeah, we got a lot of work left to do. Christ. Let's go grab some of these real quick and kill you. So we have a little boss battle here. So that last section we just played was pretty fun. It was just kind of, you know, a straightforward enemy gauntlet. And then at the end, you get an egg for your trouble. There's some gems along the way. Hardly offensive. Because, you know, it's not like all of the side content in Spyro 3 is based around alternate gameplay styles. There's plenty of regular Spyro to go around. So, yeah. I don't know, it's just... I get why people don't like this game, or why people like Spyro 2 better. Oh, I kind of do anyway. I kind of understand the complaint that you know, they just want straightforward Spyro goodness, but I enjoy playing as all the other characters, so I just don't agree with that. I think that's just the departure I have with a lot of people, but regardless. This is another test of our abilities. This time we have the combination flame and flight power-up from Spyro 2, from Metropolis, I should say. Speaking of which, I have since watched the whole of Superman the Animated Series, which is pretty damn good. I recommend going to check that out. You know, it's like people only talk about Batman the Animated Series. They don't talk about the other DCAU shows, which are all pretty good. Justice League is the best one. It is way better than Batman the Animated Series. Batman the Animated Series is so formulaic. It's like every episode goes through the same motions every time, but with Justice League, you know, it has its own formula, but it feels much less formulaic than Batman or Superman was, where it feels like there's something different happening every time. You know, and it makes the show more interesting to watch. And, you know, you never know what you'll come across in those, because they kind of dig a little bit deeper into DC lore. But I digress. Go check out all of those shows if you like Batman the Animated Series. Superman the Animated Series is a great show, and so is Justice League. But regardless, what we are doing here, which I should have mentioned earlier, is we are fighting these two dragon mini-bosses. They're both flying around, and, I don't know. I don't know if those are supposed to actually be dragons or what they are, because they look nothing like Spyro. I don't know if they're just supposed to be like prop dragons that came to life or what have you. They were just, Handel just told us to come here, so. Basically this is a mechanical challenge. You gotta fly around and chase after these dragons and shoot them from behind. And as you shoot them, they get smaller, making them harder to hit. So there's an escalation of challenge over the course of the mini game here. You gotta fall behind them and shoot them when you get the chance. So this one, even the most fervent haters.
Here, have this. I fished it out of the molten lava.
Well, good thing he was holding on to that. Oh, that's an in reference nobody will get. Oy, let's see. Anything else in here? I really need to go fucking play that Sparks level, don't I? No, fuck you. You're gonna come up here. Oy vey. Wonder where that last gem is that I'm missing. Gem in the holograms. Ooh. Are you kidding me? Sparks keeps dying in this level. That's really obnoxious. Come here, Firefly. Here, fuck. There you go. Ah, looks like what we're looking for is up there somewhere. I'm gonna grab that real quick, and then we'll call this a level. Yeah, so I really should have played the second Sparks section by now, but for some reason I haven't done that yet. I think that's something I did afterwards. What could I possibly have missed? Okay, is that it? Are we done with this level? No? How many we got left? 599. So we got one more, a oneer somewhere in this level. Not to be confused with the Gen oneer. Don't expect me to do any Pokemon roars anytime soon, by the way. Trying to talk about Pokemon. Listening to people who are like experts on Pokemon talk about Pokemon, it's like they're speaking a foreign language or something. It's just like, what the hell what are you going on about? What the hell is an E value? What the, and especially when you hear people talk about playing competitively, it's just like, oh, it's like I missed the baddie. Alright, now we're done. And by this point, yes, you could have gotten oh, we got a cutscene here.
Hello, I thought you might be hungry.
Thanks. Did you bring any chips?
I'm sorry this happened, but I tried to warn you.
I had to help Spyro rescue the eggs.
You just don't understand. If we don't bring dragons back to this world soon, all our magic will be lost.
The dragons used to live here?
Yes. This was their original home. But a long, long time ago, the sorceress banished them to the other side of the world. She didn't realize the dragons were the source of all our magic.
Maybe I could convince the dragons to come back, if you let me go.
I'm sorry, I can't.
It's kind of weird how they remixed the song that plays. You know that one minigame in Icy Peak where
that Canadian girl is doing her skating, and those mean old hockey players won't let me do my skating routine.
And the song that plays there, they remixed that for that cutscene. That's so strange. And what's also strange is that in future, by the way, frame drops, the frame rate is not consistent in this area. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to go back and get that treasure finder ability, because I don't have to keep unlocking it over and over again. So go ahead back to Midday Gardens. And we'll have about 14 minutes left. Maybe we could have a shorter part later on, because I'm gonna have to cut things off at about 25 minutes. Or maybe I'll just make it longer, who knows. Okay, so the Zoe spot is up on the second floor. Kind of stuck it a little bit farther away from the... they stuck it a bit far away from the vehicle than I would have preferred. Like the one in Sunrise Spring is literally like right next to the vehicle platform. This one you gotta go all the way around.
Hi, Spyro and Sparks. I found another lost egg. If Sparks is up to it, he can try to rescue it from Spider Town.
Alright, so you're back for another round of Sparks the Dragonfly. And, rules haven't really changed much. Square to charge, circle fires, and then L1 or R1 strafes. Once again, strafing with Agent 9 doesn't come out of nowhere. You're taught how to do that with 2 separate characters before that point. This stage is a little bit more linear than the last one, I find. Like, I think it was like the Crawdad Farm or something. Spider Town's a little bit different. In Spider Town, it's kind of like a straightforward string of set pieces. And as you go, you uncover keys, and then that opens the main path back forward. Whereas with the Crawdad Farm, or whatever it's called, the Crawdad level, the first one, it was kind of like it went to like a center room, and then you had to keep kind of going to side rooms to collect keys and stuff. It played a lot more like a Season of Ice Sparks level. If any of you have ever played Season of Ice, which you really shouldn't, because Season of Ice is like the worst of the 3 GBA games, by far, no question. Go play Season of Flame instead. Season of Flame is pretty good, actually. That to me is the real Spyro 4. You know, because it's a lot better than both Hero's Tail or Enter the Dragonfly, especially. You know, a lot of people like Hero's Tail. You know, good on you. It was Kyle Langdon I was thinking of in the last part. Yeah, Hero's Tail, there's some good things in it. It's not my favorite game. I'll probably end up playing it, and Haydox will watch it, because for some reason, even though that's his favorite Spyro game, for some reason I don't understand. You know, he's totally welcome to that opinion, but it's just like, I just don't get it at all. What he sees in that game. But even though he loves that game, for some reason he really likes watching me rip into it. I don't really get it. So he'll probably end up watching that one, but we gotta go through Enter the Dragonfly first. Do you guys want me to play Enter the Dragonfly next? Is that what I should do, or are you guys getting sick of Spyro? Because I'm kind of getting sick of Spyro. You know, I love Spyro a lot, but I've been kind of playing his games for months here, and after a while it gets old, you know. And that fucking enemy generator. Oh, I died. Oh no. Exo's getting sloppy. Oh well. That's what happens. You do your practice playthrough, then months pass because of you know, reviews and all that. If I was good at planning, I would have recorded all of this ahead of time, you know, so that I could kind of keep editing it while I worked on the review. And I'm just not good enough at planning for that. You know what I think I'm gonna do is we'll fight the boss tomorrow. We'll do this, and then we'll get through as much of. We'll try to finish off Charmed Ridge, I think. And then we'll save that Bentley section in the boss for tomorrow. I think that's what we'll do. So yeah, definitely go do this section as soon as you can. Because you know, the treasure finder is useful. I'm finding it more useful than I remembered it being, so. You can use the cheat code to tide you over until you can unlock it for real, but you definitely want to unlock it for real as soon as you can, so that you don't have to keep entering the code, you know. Alright, can I open this door? Yes. And once again, I find Sparks' gameplay to be fun. A lot of fun, actually. He controls just fine. You know, they do a good job teaching you how to play it, and unlike Ocarina of Time, you can mash your way through with the start button if you don't want to watch the tutorial. God, I'm still salty about the text speed in that game. I'm sorry. Lots of people tell me I was overdoing it, and sure I was, but that's the game's biggest problem. I don't want to sit there and watch text load for the whole game. That's boring. I was like falling asleep the whole time. Like, this was back before the channel Awesome Fallout, where it just totally collapsed overnight. But it's just like, if it wasn't for Nostalgia Critic Real Thoughts, I don't know if I could have made it through those 4 playthroughs. I had to watch all sorts of videos and, you know, listen to them while I was playing just to keep my brain alive. Because the text speed was just that bad. It just turned me off of the game that much. Oy. Got him. Guess I took some resistance there. Not to be confused with the Resistance from the Star Wars films. Because for some reason the sequels are controversial, even though they are genuinely good movies. I don't understand this. It feels like people take Star Wars way too seriously or something. Like it's gotta be some kind of masterfully crafted film and be perfect to be comparable to the originals, which are flawed in themselves. Yeah. But regardless, we're not here to talk about controversial topics that will eat up the comments section. Because I have enough stress in my life, thank you very much, without you people adding to it. Alright, so this boss here, I don't know, it's pretty simple. He keeps spitting out spiders from his mouth, and he'll always try to face you, so... But he's only vulnerable when he's sitting still, so you gotta kind of, like, wait for him to stop moving and then strafe and shoot at him that way. I don't know. There's a boss coming up later that's even more annoying, but... You know. You know, at this rate, I'm thinking... We'll do Charmed Ridge and the boss tomorrow.
Excellent work, Sparks. And I see that you've gained another new ability. Now, if you hold down the L1, L2, R1, and R2 buttons at the same time, Sparks will point to any treasure still hanging around.
Alright, with that we have officially earned the treasure finder feature. And like I said, you can get that as soon as you defeat Spike. What, was that his name? Yeah, it was Spike. Yeah, it was Spike. Yeah, as soon as you defeat the second boss, which is Spike, you unlock that ability. So, yeah. So definitely go do that as soon as possible. Don't stave it off like I did. So that you can have that ASAP, and then that'll be really helpful. So, yeah. So instead of going to Charmed Ridge, which is the last level in this area, I'm gonna go back to Frozen Altars because we have some loose ends to tie up. Because I was too stupid to go to Bentley's Outpost before we played this level, so now we get to go back and finish one of the worst minigames in Spyro 3. I still haven't talked about the Reignited trilogy in depth, haven't I? Well, it's gonna have to wait another part, folks. It's gonna have to wait. Because I'm really bad at this.
Ah, Spyro. I've just received word from my little brother. He appears to be having some trouble with a Yeti.
Welcome to the worst minigame in the Spyro trilogy.
That dumb Yeti took my ball! I told him to give it back or you'd kick his lousy butt, but he wouldn't listen. Oh, I knew you'd do it! Go and show him not to mess with us. Remember to block his eye punches and hit him low when he tries to block.
Alright, square for quick jab, X for body blow, circle for the big hookaroo, triangle to block high. Okay. So, there's a skill point here. If we can beat the Yeti in 2 rounds, before 2 rounds pass, then we will get a skill point. So the easiest way to beat this, that I know of, and the easiest way to get that skill point for that matter, is to use quick jab to block him into the corner, and once you get him in there, hold right and then just keep mashing the square button until he dies. And then that's all she wrote. We beat the Yeti.
You really showed him. Hey, wait a minute, this isn't my ball.
Wow, it's almost like this minigame is a big waste of time. Imagine that.
You should go back and kick his butt again. Make him give me my ball back.
You know what would have been nice instead of this?
This time it'll be a 3-round match, and when you win, don't let him send you off with a stupid egg.
Guess what happens when we beat him? He sends us off with this stupid egg. Fuck this. See, the thing is Bentley only has 4 sections. As is, he only has 2 sections that actually utilize his core gameplay. So, and it's just like, at least with the other guys, with the other characters, when they have some kind of minigame or some kind of side quest opportunity, you know, it uses their mechanics in some way, like the Sheila section where you blow up the tower, or the one where you're escorting people. You're using Sheila's mechanics, you're playing as Sheila. What the hell is this? Why are we playing boxing in a Spyro game? Because it says a lot that this feels out of place in a Spyro game, when you consider what else is in this game. So the thing is that because of the way this guy's AI is programmed, if you keep doing the same attack over and over again, like he's programmed to vary his attacks up, so eventually he'll drop his guard and then that's when you hit him. And you gotta kind of time it right, I guess. And, oh, and by the way, there's like a round thing going on.
Only 2 more rounds to go. You're doing great.
There's like a rounds thing going on, so you gotta, you know... So you do have to make sure that you punch him into a corner, otherwise he will get the best of you. It took me a while to perfect this strategy, I must say, because I saw, you know, TGX, he made a video called Simple Solutions for boxing the Yeti, where he showed off this strategy, which is, I don't know, I guess I already kind of knew this strategy already, I had never gotten all the skill points before this, for my practice playthrough here. Wow. See how fast that's draining his health? See if I can't get that skill point. One more shot, come on! Yes. We did it, we got the skill point. And we're done with the shitty minigame.
Hey! This isn't my ball! It's just another stupid egg!
Guess what? Bartholomew never gets his ball back. Wait to introduce a little subplot and then not resolve it, game. Oh, fuck this. So here's the thing. It is completely possible to cheese that minigame and just get it over with. So, you know, if you've had trouble with that particular minigame in the past and you just want to get 100% move on and get your skill point, there you go. That's your little strategy for making it a little bit easier for yourself. That said, you really shouldn't need like some kind of special strategy for that, because it's just like, it says a lot that I love pretty much all of the alternate characters in Spyro 3. I like most of the minigames. But even, you know, and I'll defend Agent 9, Sheila, well, not Bentley so much, because this is a problem with Bentley, and Sergeant Bird. I think they're all fun to play as. I like all of their sections, pretty much. But boxing with Bentley is just a big waste of time. Nobody wanted to play boxing in this Spyro game. Nobody wanted to do that instead of another section that actually utilizes Bentley's abilities. You know what would have been really great? A boss fight with Bentley. Where, you know, you actually get to use his club, fight something really big. Use that spin attack of his to cause an avalanche to drop on the boss, and that's how you damage him. They could have had something like that. They could have had, like, a big snow monster. Maybe there was a giant snowman, like one of the ones from the level, and you gotta destroy that for an egg. And they could have done something like that, and that would have been really fun. But instead of actually using Bentley's abilities, we have to play boxing. And, you know, and the controls suck. And it's just, I have not met a single person who enjoys playing Bentley boxing. You know, I've met TGX, who has his little strategy for kind of getting around it and moving on with your life. But if that's the best thing I could say about the boxing minigame, that's not really, you know, all that encouraging. So yeah, that minigame sucks. Thankfully, nothing else really gets that bad, in my opinion. So the worst is kind of behind us, honestly. But I digress. Join me in part 16, and we will go fight. We got one more level to play here in Evening Lake. So as you can see, Charmed Ridge is the one level we have not played, and then we'll be able to access the boss here. So yeah, join me in the next episode, and we will go play that level and fight the boss. Until then, I'm Exo, and I'll see you guys next time.